Hello, people of the internet. This is Ronan. So the other day, and by that I mean yesterday, I was cleaning out my dresser, which you can see is behind me. This used to be a lot more cluttered, and found a bunch of papers. Most of them were like letters and stuff like that I just stored away. But one of them was a story that I wrote when I was approximately in seventh grade, 6th or 7th grade. It was a long time ago. And I hadn't forgotten about it. Like, I still thought about it occasionally, but, like, I thought I lost it. Like, I thought I threw it out or something like that, or it was maybe in a back room somewhere. But I found it, and let's just say that it's very emblematic of me when I was in 7th grade, and I'll let you be the judge of that. So, you are going to have the pleasure of reading it the first time in approximately... I say that word too much, but around 5 or 6 years. No. Yeah. Alright, so we begin. 3 pages long with an epilogue. Payback by Ronan Strebe. I'm fed up with Buford. If he wants to cause mayhem, he can go jump in a censored lake. No, I literally censored it. Like, I didn't want to write any profanity. He can go jump in a censored lake, exclaimed Ike, who was going on one of his famous rants with his friend Victor. I see your point, said Victor, who was much more calm and collected. Buford has gotten far enough with his idiotic, humorless crap. And with Irene and all, the name and... Then I spurted, don't mention Irene, I'm still getting over the, incident. What you as the viewer don't know is that Buford Eli, Ike and Victor's enemy, has pestered the both of them for nearly 2.5 years now. He has also destroyed an ongoing relationship with Ike's lover, Irene, and potentially broken his heart. Ike would constantly go on rants saying why he hates Buford and why he and Victor should seek revenge upon him. And, although Ike strongly thinks this, Victor says they shouldn't seek vengeance on others and why we should forgive our debts. Maybe we should put a bomb of dog poo in his locker, he suggested. Or maybe we could TP and egg his house at night. Or maybe even... Shut it, yelled Victor. I have told you to forget about him and move on. You can't control what the heck people do to you. And as for me, when discussing revenge and payback, I don't give a... Censored. After Victor gave his opinion on what they should do, Ike decided that was the best choice of action and went home. Victor's clearly the brains of this duo. The next day, the two friends met in the schoolyard at 8:05 a.m. I've actually started questioning why I decided to become friends with Buford in the freshman year. I mean, he seemed like a nice guy at first, said Ike, as you may have expected. Well, it looks like class is about to start. Let's go. They both went to the school, West Plymouth High School in parentheses. As they walked to homeroom, they were stopped by, you guessed it, Buford Eli. Well, he taunted. Look who decided to show up to class today, Dumb and Dumber. Back off, said Ike in an irritated tone. I just want to have a peaceful day for once, and you definitely won't be around when it does happen. Then Buford said, how's it going with Irene, Romeo? Shut up! Then Victor stepped in. Hey, both of you, cut it. Pretty soon you'll start regretting the day you started quarreling. Then Buford said, okay, I'll see you at third hour, loser. Oh, sorry about that. Freaking cat. Loser. Then he ran off. Nice try, said Ike. At the end of the day, Ike and Victor met Buford once more. Hey, you, he taunted. Yeah, you, Victor. You know that girl I overheard you talking about, Janice? Yeah, what about her? Replied Victor. Well, said Buford, she'll never go to a dance with you, I'll tell you that. Just then, Janice McKnight walked over to Victor with tears in her eyes. She slaps him and says, "You dirty pervert!" She then walks away in disgust. "What did you tell her?" says Victor. "I may have told her you spied on her at her house." Buford then runs away before they can destroy him. "You know, Ike, you're right. We should give Buford what's coming to him." Dun dun dun. After making that statement, Ike and Victor both spy on Buford to create a plan of vengeance. After a few weeks, they discover that on every Saturday afternoon, Buford invites his friends over to play with something he created. It was a slingshot made of wood, a bowl, and an exercise rubber rope. They would shoot rocks at melons with meme faces drawn on them. Emblematic of the time period right there. Buford would supply the melons with his sister's money. Ike and Victor created a plan to do something on Friday night to destroy his precious slingshot. They snuck into his backyard on Friday, October 17th of 2007. "So, what should we do to his slingshot?" said Ike. "Should we burn it, paint it, saw it, or what?" Then Victor replied, "I have a better idea on seeking revenge." Then Victor takes a spade and digs a 5-inch ditch in front of a stepping stone leading to the backyard. He then places a rock about 5 feet 6 inches from the ditch. "Well, what'll that do?" says Ike. "You'll see tomorrow. Let's get out of here." On Saturday morning, the two hooligans hid behind a bush to view their plan unfold. "Are you sure this'll work?" "Shush!" They saw Buford walk out of the house. He then gets the slingshot out of the garage and sets it down. He realizes he needs to set up the poles for the melons. He walks down the stepstone path. Just then his foot goes into the ditch. He falls over and his head hits the rock. There was a loud, sickening crack and he lay motionless. "Oh my God, what did we do?" exclaims Ike. He runs over to Buford and checks his neck for a pulse. There was none. He lifts Buford's head to feel the spot that hit the rock. It was soft and sunken inwards. "Holy censored, we killed him!" Then Victor said, "Calm down. They'll think it was a complete accident." "Okay," said Ike. "Let's beat it." They both leave the horrific scene. Buford's mother was confused when she didn't hear the splatter of melons. She went outside. She let out a scream as she laid eyes upon the cold, unliving, blood-ridden corpse of Buford Eli. I spelled his name Derek because, oh my God. I remember when I wrote this story, I thought that Buford would have been a better name for the bully. No, actually, I thought that Derek would have been a better name, but for some reason, I wanted to name him Buford. So I had to keep reminding myself to not write down Derek. But I guess I screwed up right there. Oh, and then we have the epilogue. Epilogue. The service was short. Buford was buried in Sunset Hill Cemetery in Flint, Michigan. Ike R. Ferguson committed suicide on November 13th, instead of Friday, by jumping out of his classroom window. Victor B. Watterson confessed to second-degree murder shortly after the event. He's currently serving an 8-year sentence. Janice McKnight and Irene Holmes have moved on from the tragic event. And lastly, I, Buford's older sibling, have not yet forgotten how it started. I leave you with advice. Do not seek payback. Revenge isn't the answer to anything. The end. So, that was Payback. The story. I hope you all enjoyed, and I can say that I've definitely learned from this writing experience. My handwriting's certainly gotten better. So